Welcome back to the Chelsweets kitchen. Today I'm showing you guys how to make this peppermint candy cane cake. This cake is made with peppermint cake layers, which I've colored red with a bit of gel food coloring. To create a fun striped look inside the cake to resemble a candy cane, use red and white buttercream in piping bags to pipe rings on top of your cake layers. Alternate red and white to almost look like a bullseye. Once all your layers are frosted, add your last cake layer, and then carefully add a crumb coat around the entire cake. It's really important to apply a crumb coat to trap in all of the crumbs so that none of them end up in your finished layer of frosting. Once the cake is fully coated, pop the cake into the fridge or freezer until the buttercream is firm to the touch. And then it's time to add the striped look onto the outside of the cake. Use the same piping bags as before to pipe horizontal red and white stripes. Try to make the lines as straight as possible. Once you've covered the sides of the cake, add a bit of red frosting to the top of the cake as well. Next, use an offset spatula to smooth the frosting on top of the cake. Then it's time to use your bench scraper to very carefully and slowly smooth the frosting on the sides of the cake. As you do this, you want to apply a light amount of pressure and you want to make long, continuous strokes to just drag the frosting together and make a smooth look. Add crushed peppermint candies or candy canes around the base of the cake. Gently press them into the frosting using a small offset spatula. Place your leftover red and white buttercream into a piping bag fitted with a Wilton 1M tip. Pipe large swirls around the perimeter of the cake and leave a bit of space between each one. Use some chocolate ganache to do a partial chocolate drip between each buttercream swirl. To see a more in-depth tutorial on how to make a chocolate drip cake, you can click on the info card above. If you want to, you can totally do drips around the entire cake, but I wanted to mix things up with this partial drip look. I used my leftover ganache to cover the entire top of the cake, and the last step is to add some peppermint candies on top of each swirl. If desired, you can also add some of your crushed peppermint to the top of the cake. And that's it for this peppermint candy cane inspired cake. And because this cake doesn't already have enough red and white stripes on it, we'll cut into it so I can show you guys the really fun peppermint pattern from the frosting that we piped earlier. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons below.